Page 45, happy birthday to you. At the top of the page, they're introducing you to eighth notes. This is a new type of note. And they show it there. An eighth note, normally you'll see them in pairs. They don't have to be. And they're connected with a beam across, a beam or a bar. I hesitate using bar because we have bar lines, these vertical lines. Measure lines are called bar lines, but some people call that thing a bar across. Others call it a beam. Call it what you want, I don't care. If you have a single eighth note, it has a little flag hanging down from the stem. That's an eighth note. Two eighth notes to a quarter note. Now we're subdividing the quarter notes. Well, there's different ways of counting it. I use the method of putting an and, the word and, in between each number. So here we got 3/4 time, we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. So for eighth notes it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. And that tells me the eighth notes, they go twice as fast as a quarter note. So at the beginning we're coming in on beat 3. This happens to be the same melody as the previous video, page 44, except we're adding the eighth notes. So we're coming in on beat 3, but instead of a quarter note, we're going to play two eighth notes, 1 and, or 3 and, 3 and. That's all it is. So it's 3 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. That's the way it is. And again, you're only counting at the beginning to get the rhythm. Once you got the rhythm, you don't have to count it anymore. You can feel it. But as you're feeling it, make sure you put in the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, etc. And that's eighth notes. It's no big deal, I hope. The words might be a little different, but if you look at the last line, first measure, you got that line across again. That's not a pedal mark. They're simply telling you to hold out the word dear, the last note in the second line, dear, for these other notes. Dear. That's all that's for. So don't get confused. There's no pedal in this piece. The fermatas work the same way as they did before. You just hold them out a little longer. When I play with a metronome, I double the value so I can stay with a metronome. And I tell you that because I'm hoping you're playing these with me and you need to stay with me. The phrasing is pretty much the same as we had before. You're going to bring out the melody in the left hand. Now, at the top of the page or under that, they got clapping and tapping the notes and all that wonderful stuff. You just knock yourself out on that. I don't care for that. Man. So let's try it. I mean, most of the stuff I have to say about this I've already said in the previous video. I really don't want to repeat everything. Let's give it a shot. You're in middle C position. I'll give us 2 counts and we'll begin. Ready and go. And 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and